Hello, this is Rebirth of Legend here with part 2 of the Jungling on Crystal Maiden guide. It's going to be covering jungling as a 4 position. The only real difference is that you're not going to be buying the support items. That would be if you had another laner or another support that's like basically like a Dazzle. The reason I'm buying the Courier here is because I don't want to forget to buy it again because it's the second attempt of this video. Courier is very important because CM does need to get some items. We're going to give ourselves the 100 gold like our support bought it. We're going to buy our clarities, and then we're going to start game. It's going to take 30 seconds for the game, for my game to start anyway, so we have some time. Yeah, so basically the general difference between a 4 and a 5, assuming you're jungling as both of them, is that the 4 position CM should start with the boots and should be about 30 or so seconds ahead of the 5 position, as well as me getting my items much faster. Because I'm not buying the wards and stuff, so I should get a much faster blink and much faster everything else. But the first 4 minutes are going to be very similar. So we're going to start by attacking the small creep. We're going to frostbite the big one. I'm going to attack the big one about 4 times as I slowly move closer. I'm going to ignore it now. I'm going to start targeting this one. The reason is because that creep should just die. Okay, missed it. So the answer is 5 hits, not 4. This should give us plenty of time. Oops, I should pop my clarity. I was a little late on that. So now our camp's going to spawn. Hypothetically, if I didn't do this quickly enough, I would stack that camp. It's a 55 stack if you pull it down. So this is going pretty well right now. Oh fuck, I messed up. Yeah, this is a result of me not popping my clarity quickly enough. Fucked up. So I'm not going to pretend I'm a premier expert on playing this. I haven't played a ton of Crystal Maiden, and I really should have just frostbit the big one. Don't know why I fucking didn't. I'm retarded. So we're going to send ourselves this and going. Man, I'm doing this horribly right now. Yeah. So this isn't such a big deal. You have to just do the first camp absolutely perfectly, just because of how much it's going to fuck you up if you do mess it up. But we can get to the other side of the... We have plenty of time to get to the other side of the jungle. The only thing that would screw up here is we got a mud golem spawn here, so we're just going to avoid that side of the jungle. I didn't go for a rune yet. I am going to grab this rune at 2 minutes, which will emulate playing a real game, because I would generally be over here by the 2-minute mark. So we're going to kill the hard camp here, and we're going to pray to God we got a good medium camp spawn, which we did. Who fucking rah. So we're going to kill this creep first, because in this camp it doesn't really matter since there's only one. He doesn't give himself the aura. Just hurt him a little bit. Eat a tango. We're on to this guy. We'll kill him. We'll give him a few shots. He's dead. We'll move on to this camp. So we're going to start going after that guy. We're going to wait a second. No, we won't wait. We're just going to pop that. So make sure you keep your clarities pretty much 100% up. You're going to be using your mana very frequently here for a variety of purposes, and you want to make sure you get those. So we're actually just going to wait here for the next spawn. It's not worth walking over here. Generally, I want to work my way from left to right. I already know that that medium camp is a shit spawn, so that's not really going to be a surprise to me. So I know that this medium camp might be good, that hard camp is definitely good, and I continue on my merry way jungling. Your goal is to have your level 4 by about, motherfucker. Your goal is to have your level 4 by about 4 minutes or so, which we're going to have easy peasy. So remember, this camp is special. You're always going to frostbite one little creep first, and then go after the big one. So notice that even though I really botched up my second hard camp, this is still going pretty damn well. So if I wasn't slow, I would have had that. I'd crow some more clarities over. Because notice I am low on mana, and like I said, the thing I wasn't doing is I wasn't constantly using this. Now I should be prepared to have my boots coming over, or another thing. So this is going to really help. CM's kind of a slow hero, so now that we have Windlace and our boots, we should be able to do our first gank. So now generally, we'd be trying to gank mid. I'd probably do my first smoke on mid, assuming my mid can actually help, and we'd be on our way. Then we go back. I want to express this again. This is very important. Always use a smoke for your first gank. CM cannot afford to have her first gank fail by a fucking random ward here that spots out your gank, a random ward here that spots out your gank. Pretty much your first kill should always be on mid or the offlane.
safe lane's way too far considering you're only using these 4 camps. Yeah, so now we have our ring regen tangos, whatever. So we'll emulate a gank. That should have happened 1 minute ago, but that's okay. So what's cool about this is since you hit that at like 3:30 or so, and you're going to be going for your gank here, you're going to hit that gank, and now your jungle is going to be respawning. Oh, happy days. So you hit that gank, and generally, like I said, it should have been done about 45 seconds ago. I would have hit this gank, and then we'll be able to walk over here and get that camp in time for all the jungle to respawn. Notice how everything revolves around making sure you're efficiently using these 4 camps. Because eventually you're going to get fucked and both your medium camps are going to be golem spawns, and that's going to suck. But your goal is to mitigate the amount of time till it happens. When you eventually do encounter a golem camp, you do the same thing. You're going to frostbite it down and then, you know, do whatever. I guess I should show a golem camp. Yeah, we'll do the golem camp next, just so we'll have an idea of how we're going to approach it. Because I don't think I showed it. I definitely didn't show it in the first video. So we're going to attack one. These ones don't give an aura, they just have 50% magic resist, which kind of sucks. So you're going to frostbite it, instead of doing 1,000, it's going to do 500 damage, and you're going to auto attack it down because you need to make up for the 300 damage differential. With this one, you're just going to kill both big ones and then probably just leave. The reason for that is because these dudes will despawn after 30 seconds. So on the off chance, like let's say this camp and this medium and that medium were both mud golem camps, I would kill the big one in one of them. And then you can't have the same spawn twice, so that means that if I kill the mud golems in this camp, because obviously I'm going to ignore them here the first time and go over here and hope for a better spawn, right? And if I get that better spawn, then I'll obviously do that better spawn. I'll deal with the mud golems at a later time, but there will approach a point where you'll have 2 mud golem spawns, and if you do, as soon as you get over here and you see it's a second mud golem spawn, you kill the mud golems and let them turn into little bros. And when they're little bros, they're very easy to handle. Or they'll despawn and then you'll get a new camp later on. I think they take, I'll have to check the time. I think it's 45 seconds for them to despawn. So that would kind of suck. I'd probably, in that case, if I saw that was mud golems and I came here, I'd probably do these mud golems first just to make sure that their respawn doesn't interfere with the next respawn. Alright, so that's going to end jungling as a 4-position CM, and we'll cover the 5-position next. It's pretty much the same thing with some differences in timing.